Yo, yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for joining us in the brand new Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This game is epic, and there's a lot to talk about, especially when it comes to the choices you can make and the impact that it has on the storyline. We'll get into that, guys. I'm RJ, joined up with UC, aka FearlessFoxx. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Trippy? What's up, everyone? Good to be back. It's been a while, Trippy. Good to see you, my friend.
If you guys haven't checked out UC's channel yet, he has two key videos, including a pretty cool Easter egg. They have Wesker's gun here in Resident Evil 7. Definitely check that out, as well as possibly a face reveal for Ethan, the main character of the game. So definitely check that out. But first, like I said, UC, we have to delve into the multiple endings to the game and the differences between the choices you make. First of all, UC, we have to make the decision to either save your beloved Mia or some random chick named Zoe. So, what's the right decision? Let's break it down. So, we are going to be getting into spoilers, guys. If you have not experienced the ending for yourselves, I definitely recommend you check it out first. It's a little bit more intense when you don't know what's going to happen. But, like I said, these are some very interesting choices and they have some repercussions. First of all, you think that it's obvious to pick Mia. That's the reason why you came to the mansion in the first place. You have this other girl, Zoe, who did save you and also made up the serum. So I guess there is some motivation to save her, but in this case, you can only choose one. I would think the obvious choice would be to go with Mia. What do you think, UC?
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, there's no real reason to choose Zoe. It's kind of just like one of those things that you want to do when you do your second playthrough. If you choose Zoe, like, she just dies, like, within the couple minutes of leaving the house. I don't know what that's all about. It's really mysterious. Maybe there's something more to it that we didn't understand through the playthrough. Maybe that's something that's just hidden inside the story as well that we got to kind of figure out on our own. I don't know. There's not really too much about Zoe. She just kind of comes out of nowhere, and I think that's a mystery within itself as well, right, Trippy?
There's two things to this. Either you pick Zoe, and as we're about to see, she dies right away, or you leave Zoe behind and, go on the boat with Mia. Either way, Zoe just it ends right there. She either dies, you never hear from her again, or you leave her behind and you never hear from her. So very mysterious. Not too sure what's up with Zoe. Maybe there's more to her character, but like UC said, she's about to die. So if you choose her, it just seems like a failed choice considering she doesn't last long anyways. If you choose Mia, that of course goes a long way towards the ending as the end of the game changes tones quite a bit. Now, the next question I have for you here, UC, right after this happens, for some reason, we start off as Maya or Mia either way. Whether we kill her, or I should say, leave her behind or not, Mia starts off right here at the boat. I thought that was kind of weird for them to start you off with Mia at the same location no matter what. It doesn't make total sense there.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming with that, Trippy. I agree. It doesn't really make too much sense. It almost seems like a glitch, but I can tell you from what I know that it's obviously a symptom of the bad ending you chose. And another thing is, if you notice Evelyn, the girl that takes charge of everybody's like soul and mind when they're tapped in, is that obviously you're not aware when she's taking control. So that's probably what we're seeing here with Mia is Evelyn obviously brought her to the ship for an unknown reason. That's a mystery that we still don't know, but maybe we can figure out within time.
Here we have Zoe dying. She doesn't last too long after you decide to save her, I guess. But like you, I definitely am curious on why Mia just transported over. Why did Evelyn bring Mia to do something that it seems like she can do herself, which is kill off Ethan? She kind of snatches up Ethan, and if it wasn't for Mia, then Ethan would never be saved. So it just really makes you question why Mia came over there to begin with. It seems like maybe Evelyn still has hope of them being the family and Ethan taking up that dad role, but it really doesn't delve into that a ton. It seems like Evelyn just kind of gives up right away. Now, you mentioned, of course, that this is the bad ending. It's weird how it has the built in good and bad endings, as we'll explore here more, but it's just strange how the choice is so obvious, you see.
At Trippy, we came to the house for one reason and one reason only was to rescue Mia. But who knew that along the way we'd bump into some old lady named Evelyn that's somehow like a little girl in like another dimension in the same reality, and like all this crazy stuff goes on that you sooner or later realize has to do with Umbrella. Apparently, Evelyn is some kind of biological experiment with Umbrella. Who would have ever thought? And Mia had something to do with it. That's why the ship is in the backyard of the Baker family. I mean, how did that giant ship get there? Doesn't make too much sense unless you played the game. And towards the end, you just want to find out what everything's all about. But sooner or later, you'll realize that it's just this crazy, fucked up experiment from Umbrella, some kind of virus or infection with a little girl that wants a family and finds a really strange, odd, creepy way of building a family in the Resident Evil 7 universe. It's pretty mindfuck, Trippy. I mean, what's your take on this? I'm really curious.
Up to this point of the game, you could tell that Ethan just does not know what's going on with Mia, if she's even savable, if she's psychotic at this point. Not only has she actively tried to murder him, but he also thinks that she's lying about something. So he's definitely mind fucked, you see. And considering the only way you can fight against Mia with a optional boss battle is you have to choose Zoe. And when you do that boss battle, you end off Mia for good. So if you don't choose to save Mia, you actually have to kill her. And I think that's certainly a big component of this. You know, if you want to actually end her life yourself, then you can't save her. But if you do save her, then really the end result is she makes it out alive. So that's of course the ultimate decision that you make. It's a little bit odd that Zoe has some kind of weird components to the whole thing. She dies right away, but in the end, it all has to do with Mia. UC, what did you think about the optional boss battle with Mia? I felt like it was a little bit of an afterthought. It's pretty much just a melee showdown.
Yeah, pretty much it's just a little showdown, little Resident Evil boxing, that's all. It's pretty interesting how once you're actually in that scenario, you kind of want to change your opinion on who you should have cured with the serum. But it's also very interesting how it twists the storyline, because as you know, if you save Mia, you obviously end the story with her in the chopper. You guys take off, and pretty much it's a beloved story. But if you choose to save Zoe, it just shows how something as karma itself can bite you in the back and just kill your loved one in the end. It's almost like a revenge kind of, because she lied to you, so you kind of have the option to take her down to the ground as long with the virus as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird how at the end, if you save her, it talks about how one door is closed and another door is open. He's so positive, but if she ends up dead, he throws the cell phone down onto the ground, pretty much giving up hope, saying that door is closed, and it ends off with a really, man, it's a really weird tone, you know? It's like the door is completely closed, and that's the end of the game. So it's a bit of a crazy ending there with the so-called bad ending. We definitely have to talk about what's going on with Chris Redfield and Umbrella.
Yeah, Trippy, the Redfield ending is very interesting, not only because we have this well-known Resident Evil character come to save the day. Finally, we get to see some action with the real Resident Evil series, but no matter what playthrough, no matter what difficulty, it's always going to go down like this, and it's not till the further ending of the game is when you find out all the connections and ties to the Umbrella Corporation. And it's interesting how it ends off like this. It's kind of like a bit of a little teaser of maybe a future DLC. I don't know what's up with the new Not a Hero DLC. I don't know if you've heard about it yet, Trippy. Let me know, but it definitely looks like it could contain some of the previous Resident Evil characters that we wanted to see in this game. But I don't know. I couldn't be sure right now. Up to this point, it's definitely a mystery.
Yeah, we're extremely excited for the DLC. I feel like the framework is set up for an epic DLC package because there's some pretty good guns, some great action elements to this game. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of enemy variety. So if they add a lot more action into this DLC, hopefully controlling a Chris Redfield, somebody like that, maybe a Hunk, if you guys are familiar with the series, there's definitely some possibilities. The control scheme is perfect, so we want to do some running and gunning. And the question remains, why is Chris Redfield working for Umbrella? Perhaps the ultimate mystery. You have any theories on that one, UC? I mean, what the fuck?
Not really too sure, my friend. This is just something that will be answered when the time comes. Can't really say too much about that, but I'll definitely let you know that it's going to be something that we always least expect. I'm definitely looking forward to the DLC, Trippy. It's going to be very interesting with this new first person mode, this new gameplay mechanics. Very awesome stuff. Thanks for having me again on the show, Trippy. I really appreciate it. It has been a while, so this is really awesome to get to talk again. But yeah, guys, definitely let us know what you guys think about the new Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, guys. Thanks again for having me, Trippy. I really do appreciate everyone who clicked on this video. Hope you guys all have a blessed day, and I'm out, Trippy.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned. There's a lot going on here in Resident Evil 7. There's some unsolved mysteries, and as we talked about, there's even a DLC upcoming. There's a lot to build upon with this game. Maybe not as massive as Resident Evil 4, but you gotta say Resident Evil is back. The graphics are phenomenal, and these characters are wacky. Thanks so much for joining up, guys. Definitely stay tuned. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and more importantly, as always, make sure to stay trippy, my friends.